Here is the slope monster to help you practice getting the slope out of equations of lines very quickly. Here, this one's in standard form, so it's going to be 2 over -5 opposite sign, so 2/5. Here, y is by itself, so it's right there, 5/9. Y equals mx plus b. The next one, it's going to be 5 over -3 opposite sign. This one is 2 over 7 opposite sign, -2/7. This is x by itself, which means we're over where x is 13 and y runs amok. This is undefined. Y equals 8/3 x minus 8. Y is by itself, so the slope is right in front of x. That's 8/3. Y is by itself here, so the slope is right in front of x. Here we have -3 over 9 opposite sign, which will reduce down to 1/3. This is y equals -3, so we're down where y is -3 and x can run amok. That means the slope is 0 on that one. Y is by itself, so -3/11. Oh, here you'll notice that there is no x. That means a 0 is in front of x. Y is by itself, so we can use that shortcut there. Here we're going to have 7 over -3 opposite sign. Y is by itself, so there's the slope, 2/9. 5 over -3 opposite sign, that's 5/3. 4 over 7 opposite sign. X equals -3. That means we're back where x is -3 and it goes up and down, so that is undefined. Y is by itself, so there's our slope, -8/5. Y is by itself, there's our slope, -2 or -2 over 1. We're going to have -3 over 6 opposite sign, which reduces down to 1/2. Y is by itself, there's nothing in front of x, so we get a 0. That also tells us it's a horizontal line. Y is by itself, slope-intercept form, so the slope is a -3/4. Up here, the slope on this one is 4 over -1 opposite sign, so that's just going to be a slope of 4. Here, y is by itself, slope-intercept form, so it is 5/2. Here we're going to take 8 over -3 and opposite sign makes a positive 8/3. Here we have -4 over 7 opposite sign makes a positive 4/7. X is alone, so it's x equals -19. This is going to be undefined. Yes, anytime you have an equation where x equals a certain number, it will have undefined slope. Y is by itself, slope-intercept, so there's our slope, 8/7. Y is by itself, there's our slope, -3. Slope is going to be -10 over 6 opposite sign. That's going to be a positive 5/3 if we simplify it down to that fraction. Y is by itself, there's nothing in front of x, so we have a slope of 0. That also tells us it's a horizontal line. Y equals 6/11 x minus 4. Y is by itself, so the slope is 6/11. The one right in front of x. Here we have 2 over -8 opposite sign. That's 2 over +8 reduces down to 1/4. Here we have y equals 5/2 x plus 6. Y is by itself. 4 over 7 negative, opposite sign there. 2 over -9, opposite sign. So that would be a positive 2/9. Here's another undefined. Y is by itself, so we can do slope-intercept. Slope is 5/3. Y is by itself, slope is 4. Here we have -3 over -6, opposite sign. And you'll notice those two will cancel, so we end up with a negative still. 3/6 reduces down to 1/2. Y, that's a horizontal line, so we get 0. And then y is by itself, so there's our slope, -3/5. And there you have the slope monster.